The road to the 2020 Kentucky Derby continues, and this time we're going to take a look at the Kentucky Derby Future Wager, pool number 3. This will be a two-part video. This is part 1 where we take a look at the new shooters going into pool 3. Then in part 2, which you'll find that on Saturday morning, we're going to have a look at some of the horses returning from pools 1 and pools 2, and a wide open odds board for the Kentucky Derby right now at this point. Now, no real clear-cut favorite. So let's start with the new shooters, and we have the speedy Son of Charlatan, a debut victory at Santa Anita, blew away the field by 5 lengths and picked up a 101 Brisnet speed figure. I guess if you're going to take this pedigree, you're going to want more than the 12-to-1 morning line, because the pedigree is pretty much all sprint on the sire side, and Quiet American throws some speed on the broodmare side. Charlatan, no definitive race pointed for at this time either. He has been working well and getting ready for start number 2. Indien moves into pool number 3. He picked up a dominating Fountain of Youth wire-to-wire score. That was after showing speed in the Holy Bull and wiring an allowance race over Toledo. He was 14-to-1 that day. 6 other horses still to take a look at here in pool number 3 for the first time. Major Fed, a runner-up finish in the Risen Star. Of course, that race had 2 divisions, and he's going to be a long shot here in pool number 3. He doesn't run for 2 more weeks, and that'll be the Louisiana Derby right now. So that's one you may want to take 50 or 60-to-1. At least you're getting some fair odds. Could possibly float up to 80 or 90-to-1, depending on some of the horses where they finish out at. Modernist, who already is in the Kentucky Derby points-wise, he got 50 points for his Risen Star victory. He's another one that's going to ship back for the Louisiana Derby on March 21st. Uncle Mo is the sire, good trainer, and the odds are going to be pleasantly surprising considering he already has 50 points on the Kentucky Derby trail. Royal Act, a runner-up finish in his last race. And for Royal Act, he's got the pedigree, American Pharoah, so he's going to take a little bit of money probably just based on that. But again, he's going to be a long shot in this field as he's not getting some of the attention as some of the other horses are getting of the new shooters and even some of the returning horses. Silver Prospector, victory in his last race for Steve Asmussen. He's got already a victory at Churchill Downs and a victory at Oaklawn Park. He's going to be listed at fairly long odds. I would say right around 30-to-1 is where he's going to go off at in pool number 3. He is going to run next week in the Rebel Stakes, so a chance to get on him when he does not run this weekend. Rounding out the new shooters, we've got Spa City, who runs Saturday in the Tampa Bay Derby, and a big speed figure, Brisnet speed figure in his most recent race, him and Unrighteous, who are both going to run the Tampa Bay Derby. They opened up on the field by 15 lengths, and with a high Brisnet speed figure, he's 50-to-1 on the morning line, but if he runs well on Saturday, he'll probably drop below those odds. Wells Bayou and Sol Volante are the final 2 new shooters here in pool number 3. Sol Volante, a winner of the Sam F. Davis. Again, he runs Saturday. The son of Caracanite, going to have a lot of turf pedigree on both sides, but he did come from 15 lengths out of it at the second call, the last race, to win the Sam Davis. Sol Volante running in the Tampa Bay Derby, so see how he does before you bet on him on Saturday afternoon or Sunday. And then the final one, Wells Bayou, he is going to be long odds in this pool, mainly because he already lost to Silver Prospector, but also because he doesn't run until next weekend in the Rebel Stakes. He does have some talent, and he does show some speed, but there's a lot of speed balls in this year's field. So far, you've got horses like Indien, possibly Charlatan, possibly Nadal, and even Tiz the Law runs close to pace in his last 2 races. So that's a look at some of the new shooters in pool number 3. Of those 9 new horses in pool number 3, who do you like the most? Leave a comment below. Are you thinking Sol Volante, Silver Prospector, who runs in the Rebel, or maybe going with one of the impressive fast horses trained by Bob Baffert in Charlatan? And you've also got a few other horses going to be stretching out after some impressive wins. Indien, he's got to hold his form. He's going to run next in the Florida Derby. And Royal Act, it'll be interesting to see how he does on his second start on the dirt. Hit subscribe hit that like button and share this video as we race you up. That's a look at the Kentucky Derby Future Wager Pool number 3. Take a look back on Saturday as we'll take a look at the returning horses for part 2 of this video in pool number 3. Hit the like button and we lead you up to the 2020 Kentucky Derby.